Okay, I just built this model, Lego model I got for Fallingwater. Took me a couple hours. Thought I'd show some of the more intricate bits that photography doesn't quite cover. Anyway, in here you've got the actual waterfall bits, which are kind of groovy. And you can see the underside of the house there. And some of the architecture around the outside. There's a little bridge here. Get a little better view of the bridge. These ugly trees that don't really look like trees. And the back side of the house. The house portions are pretty much, they look like the real thing to me. And they made all the pieces out of individual bricks, so you can the reason they're not that tight fitting is because trees keep falling off, you see. The reason they're not all that tight fitting is because this whole thing comes apart like a puzzle, so we'll check that in a minute. But it was interesting how they made every single layer out of small individual pieces. Kind of lends to the architectural effect of it, even though I think the original house is more plaster and stuff. As far as I can remember. Now there you've got a really cool little porch. These are just little tiny things, little tiny pieces. This whole thing's really a small scale. And then this big giant window. There's just a whole bunch of little clear bits. And there's this big patio here, and another small patio there. This is all overhanging over the top of the waterfall. And a patio cover. Really cool. I mean, the real house obviously is really famous and pretty amazing to look at. There's another big long hallway. And some of the roof sections. Here's where it gets interesting. This whole thing comes apart in little pieces. First of all, you can get into all the roof sections and go, oh, there's a room up there. That must be like a bedroom or something, I don't know. And then big patio there. And then this thing just, basically the whole entire house comes out of this. If I can figure out how to do it. It's not the whole thing, hold on. Whole thing. Let's see, how do I do it? It's kind of tricky. There we go. Whoa. Come on out of there, bad boy. Here, let me set this down. I think I need two hands. Prop this up with a tree. Whoa. Close enough. Here we go. Let's see here. I know I can do it if I use there, because that's a piece of it. There we go. There we go. So, there's your landscape. And I think on the original house, there's like a river coming through here. A couple different forks. One goes down this way, and one comes through this way. So they built that into this thing. And they put this whole house portion on these slick pieces so that they don't attach. And so here's the house structure by itself. Here's my big old hand for scale. So, and all these pieces come apart. And you can get to the interiors by taking the whole sections out. And so that's all on a bunch of skids. And you can see there's like a portion of there. That's like a swimming pool, I think, in the real house. You can get down to this lower level and get right inside of the river water if you want, or there's like a pool or something. And then that's just like probably an interior wall. And there shows that the big window. I'll put that back in. Good times. Get in there, you. Alright. And then here's the rest of the house. This roof, as you saw, comes off of there, and this whole section kind of comes out. Woo. And then you get more bits in there, and that comes apart too. Not as easily. There we go. And so, it's kind of fun. And all these pieces pop back in very carefully. Like so. So you can really get a look at the floor plans, which is pretty unique for a Lego thing to have all this kind of stuff. Well, they're usually some kind of fun element that's realistic or functional. This is the first one I've ever seen that's kind of all about the building, though. There we go. And then this one on top. It kind of slides in like a puzzle piece. Or not. I need to pull the whole thing out. There we go. Uh-oh. Finally. Professional camera work, folks. There you go. Now I have to go and refoliate the forest. All the trees I knocked down. And there it is. Good times. It's got a little sign right there. And there it be. Awesome. Only 100 clams. But it was a lot of fun. It's really, really neat. Bye.